Good old Mr. Chauncey Billups. Chauncey fucking Billups. We'll save the tilt for a minute though, but good old Chauncey Billups. Let's go over my lineups. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I make videos for NFL. All those videos get posted on this subreddit called DF Sports with one S. You can find my username here, my post here. The username Shook. I post updates with all of the news that comes out. People ask questions. People talk strategy here. Really great place to see. Something definitely to consider if you are not familiar with this subreddit. You also have people posting other really great content for pretty much all sports. So really great place to be. Check that out if that's something you are not interested in. And then, I'll have a link to my Discord down below where I have in-depth content going over each slate. Player pools for cash, GPPs, cores for cash, GPPs, and a lot more. So we do night slates, we do showdown, we do everything. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll have a link to that below. Definitely check that out. So, Mr. Chauncey Billups. I have a 10% owned Yusuf Nurkic absolutely breaking the slate. He has 40 fantasy points at half. Comes in to start the second half. Picks up a third, picks up a fourth, instantly pulled. Comes back, picks up a fifth, pulled, and then doesn't close the game because he has 5 fouls. He sat the entire fourth quarter, came in with 30 seconds left in the game, and you want to know what happened to the Portland Trailblazers because they didn't play Yusuf Nurkic and they closed with Drew Eubanks? You lost the game. You deservedly lost the game for them, Chauncey Billups. You play Yusuf Nurkic in crunch time until he fouls out. If he fouls out, you can go to Drew Eubanks. You idiot. You dunce. What else happened today? Guys, if you don't want to hear the tilt, just skip forward to the analysis, but this is what we do on this channel. We tilt. Where do I begin? Dwayne Washington Jr. doesn't close the fourth quarter. Mr. Haywood Shitsmith in the first quarter picks up 2 fouls immediately, gets benched, only plays 10 first half minutes. Orlando Robinson, 2 fouls instantly, picks up a third again, then picks up a fourth and a fifth, only plays 24 minutes to bail out the Faders. Yusuf Nurkic. Already went over it. What else happened today that just absolutely blew my mind? Oh, I fade Mikal Bridges because I think that the Suns are going to get blown out. They win the game. They win the game. The Suns beat the Warriors. They won the game. Won the game. How? Why? What else happened today? Trying to think. What else happened today? I forget. I'm probably missing something, but I should get a notepad. I should write all the stuff that happened because I know there was more stuff. But my lineup today was Dwayne Washington, Gabe Vincent, Haywood Highsmith, Jimmy Butler, Orlando Robinson, Luka Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, Yusuf Nurkic. The core that I have for today was Dwayne Washington Jr., smash. Gabe Vincent, smash. Jimmy Butler, smash. Orlando Robinson, 5x. So 4 out of 4 on the corp. Really good night overall. I hope you guys had a good night tonight. And let's go over this 7-game slate for 8-game slate that we have for tomorrow. So, Chicago, Washington, we have DeMar DeRozan questionable. We have Alex Caruso back. So, if DeMar DeRozan's in, I don't think there's much that stands out. It's a good matchup. Like, I think DeMar would be fine. Definitely my least favorite. I think Vooch would be fine. Especially if Porzingis is out. I think, if Porzingis is out and Daniel Gafford is in, I've been wanting to attack Daniel Gafford's defense all season long. Like, he just absolutely gets abused. So I think Vooch would definitely be my favorite if Porzingis is out. If all three are healthy, I think Zach LaVine is definitely the easiest to get to and will probably be the most popular with that shooting guard, shooting forward eligibility. And he's just also just playing massive minutes right now, and he's really finding his form. He's not taking those mid-range jump shots anymore. He's either driving to the hoop or he's taking really, really good shot selection with his threes. So he's really changing his game of late. So um, like I said, tomorrow's in. There's no standouts. Like, Paul would be playable. I wouldn't go to anyone else though. But if tomorrow's out, then things just completely change. Like, Vooch, Levine are both going to look like very, very good plays at 8K and 8.1 respectively. Would really like both of them. I think Patrick Williams at 4.7K would be a solid play in this 4 to 5K range. He's going to have to do more offensively. He'll have to play huge minutes as well. I think Io, Caruso would have to do more. I necessarily wouldn't have too much interest in them, but I think they would definitely be playable value plays. And I wonder who they would start. They could start Derek Jones Jr. If that's the case, he would be someone I definitely would have interest in at the Flatman. Or they could do like a small ball lineup and start like two guards. Like, they could start like Caruso and another guard, or Io and another guard. So that'll just be something to monitor. But for me, mainly it's the top guys that would look really good if DeMar DeRozan's out. Then we have more injury news to monitor here. I'm gonna take a sip of orange juice, move my mic away. Excuse me. Okay. So, more news to monitor here with we have Porzingis, Gafford, and Kispert all questionable. So it's a good spot. We'll go over it both ways. So if everyone's in, I mean, with Beal out, you're gonna have a massive usage rate for Porzingis. You're gonna have a massive usage rate for Kyle Kuzma. Both would be in play for me, but both wouldn't really be priorities. Daniel Gafford will start alongside Porzingis, playing mid-20s minutes. He would just be a fine option. I think he's now getting to the point where he's appropriately priced. And then guys like Rui, Denny, not priorities for me, but would be playable value plays. But let's go over it now if those guys are out. So Kuzma is going to lead the way offensively. He's going to lead the way in usage rate. He's a good rebounder. He can stuff the stat sheet. I think he'd be a very good play at 8.5K. I think Rui Hachimura would probably start, would probably have to play huge minutes, would like him a lot at 4.6K. You're probably going to get Taj Gibson starting at the 5. He would be a playable value, but I'm not sure they're going to like play him like 25 plus minutes. He'd probably play like, 20 to 22-ish. But starting center, min price, definitely would be playable if he does start. You probably get more run for Denny. I wouldn't hate Denny at 4.2K, but would much prefer Rui. Monte Morris would be playable. He would have to do more offensively. So, like I said, if those guys are out, my favorites, Kuzma would look very good. And then Rui, I think would be a pretty good value play at 4.6K. And then Taj would be playable. So, favorite play from Chicago, definitely going to be, if DeMar is in, it's going to be Vooch. If DeMar is out, it's probably going to be Levine for me. And then favorite play from Washington, if Porzingis is in, nothing. I guess Porzingis, and then if Porzingis is out, my favorite point per dollar play would be Rui Hachimura. Let's go over Minnesota. So it's a really good spot here for Minnesota. We have Anthony Edwards, questionable. We'll go over it both ways. We have Cat out, so not really interested in Ant, but it's a really good matchup. Just been so up and down of late. He does have like a 50 to 55 point ceiling, but more often than not, he's not going to do that. So nothing more than a contrarian GPP play to me. I think D'Lo would definitely be my second or first favorite option. I prefer Gobert and D'Lo over Ant. D'Lo just doing a lot more right now. He's being more aggressive. His peripheral stats have gone up as well. I wouldn't hate him, and they've been playing Rudy Gobert a lot the last 3 games. So if we're going to continue to get, 35 plus minutes for Rudy Gobert, I think they want to make it known that they are committed to him. Like, how do you spend 5 or 6 first round draft picks and only play him 28 minutes? So I think fans were giving him shit about it. Now they're realizing, like, yeah, we better play this guy. So let Gobert regardless if Ant's in or out. I'm not going to get to anyone else though, but if Ant's out, that changes a lot. Like, D'Lo is going to look really good at 7.4K. He's going to absolutely have to do everything for this team. He would be entirely too cheap. Would like D'Lo quite a bit. Rudy Gobert already looks good. He would look even better. Kyle Anderson's going to be playable at 5.4K. He would have to play massive minutes. Can stuff the stat sheet, do a lot. Wouldn't hate him. I think Jalen Noel would have to play a little bit more, but have interest in him. And then Torian Prince has been in the rotation of late. He would probably have to play 20 to 25 minutes. He would be a playable value for salary relief. So definitely monitor that Anthony Edwards news. And then I don't even know what to say. So I don't think these guys are going to play tomorrow. So this is what I will say. If everyone is in, I don't think I have any interest in Detroit tomorrow. But if everyone's out, then you're going to have Ivy and Killian lead the way. I think they would be good GPP options for me. I think Alec Burks would be a fine play off the bench. He'll be a relatively high productive guy off the bench. But the value is really what I'm going to be looking to. Like, Sadiq Bey at 4.5K would have to play over 30 minutes. He actually will play in the blowout too, so he's blowout proof. So would like Sadiq Bey quite a bit for value. I think Nerlens Noel, as the value stands now, would look like one of the best value plays on the slate. They have no bigs behind him. I think he would have to play close to 30 minutes if the game stays close. Would like him a lot. Hamidou Diallo, who I think was very, very overowned today, would probably play 20 to 25 minutes. He would be someone I definitely have interested in. Kevin Knox started today, played 33 minutes. Another playable value at the flat min price. So Corey Joseph is going to get run. I probably wouldn't go there though, but another guy that's definitely playable. So a lot to like on Detroit, which saddens me if those guys are out. Let's go over the Pelicans. So it's a really tough spot here, but CJ McCollum just has one of the higher usage rates in the league when everyone is out on this team. I think he was posting over like a 30% usage rate. So don't fact check me on that, but it's extremely, extremely high. So even in a tough spot, I think CJ McCollum's a good tournament low owned play. I don't think he's going to get much ownership in this game. So I do like CJ for GPPs. We have Larry Nance back, so Jonas Valanciunas minutes are kind of more in question, so nothing more in a contrarian play to me. And then I don't think I'm going to be going to anyone else. Like, if you want to go to Larry Nance at 4.4K, who probably plays like low 20s minutes, go point per minute guy. I wouldn't hate you for it. Jose Alvarado probably plays 20-ish minutes off the bench. Whole close games, good point per minute guy, can stuff the stat sheet. If you want to go there, I wouldn't hate you for it. But I feel like we're going to have better value today. So let's go over Boston. So we have Marcus Smart questionable. We have Robert Williams questionable. We'll go over it both ways. There's just not much. Like, Tatum, Brown, definitely priced appropriately or a little bit overpriced in my opinion. Not a good matchup either. Brogdon, White would be able to play at those price tags. Robert Williams himself, I think, would be priced about right with the minutes he's playing. Just, I would probably cross off Boston if everyone's in. If Smart and Robert Williams are out, though, you're probably going to get Horford at the 5. He would be someone I think would be an okay play. Not someone I'm going to go out of my way to play, but definitely solid. Brogdon, White would be in play, but I think they are now getting to the price points to where I think they are appropriately priced for that situation. So yeah, not much on Boston, even if everyone's in or out. So tough spot here for Indiana, but Tyrese Halliburton at 9.2K, price isn't moving. The floor is absolutely high, the ceiling even higher. That double upside with the assists, it's just insane what he's doing this season. Definitely insane. So I do like Halliburton for GPPs, but slower pace game, tougher matchup. I think that'll keep the ownership lower. Miles Turner is a tough matchup. Minutes have been all over the place, so can't call him nothing more than a dart. And then I'm not going to go to anyone else on the Pacers, but The Knicks is what I like tomorrow. So if RJ Barrett's in, there's not much. Like Randall Brunson in play, I'd be off everyone else. But if we continue to get RJ Barrett out, then I don't think a lot of field's going to be on these guys. But I really like Randall as a pay up. He shot 9 of 29 and still went for 60 fantasy points. Phenomenal spot against the Indiana Pacers. This is a spot where he could just absolutely nuke and go for like a 40-point double-double here. So if RJ Barrett's out, I like Randall a lot. I like Brunson a lot. He shot the ball 30 times last game. They're running the starters into the ground. He's been extremely confident of late. Yeah, but would really like both the Knicks guys as spin ups if RJ's out. Quickly gonna play huge minutes, but he's overpriced in my opinion. Mitchell Robinson, if he can stay out of foul trouble, he'll play big minutes. Definitely does have a ceiling. Tough spot individually though. And then Grimes will play massive minutes, but very, very low usage. It's basically just Brunson and Randall with just like an infinite usage rate. So let's go over Milwaukee. So Giannis has been very bad these past two games, but I'm not going to let that affect me. You have to have short-term memory in DFS, so I think it's a good spot up against Atlanta. I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop him. Like, you have Onyeka Okongwu and you have John Collins in the paint. Giannis should absolutely be able to feast here. So I love Giannis's spend up. I think Drew's too cheap too. Played 34 minutes last game. I believe he got into some foul trouble too. So if we're not going to have a limit on Drew anymore, he's just entirely too cheap at 7.2K. He should be like an 8.2 to 8.5K player. So really like both the Milwaukee guys. The bigs I'm off and I'm not going to get to anyone else. Atlanta, tough spot here. So Murray, Trey, fine GPP plays. Collins, Onyeka Okongwu at these prices, and with the added foul risk going up against Giannis, nothing more than darts for me. I think DeAndre Hunter might be my favorite play point per dollar. Just he's playing massive, massive minutes right now. Decent rebounder, decent scorer, good defender. So I think Hunter might be my favorite play on Atlanta, which is crazy to say. So Oh, I forgot to go over best plays. So if everyone's out for Detroit, point per dollar, it's going to be Nerlens Noel for me or Sadiq Bey. Minnesota, if everyone's out, it's going to be D'Lo or Rudy Gobert, one of the other two. Pelicans, CJ, Boston, no one. Pacers, Halliburton, Knicks, Julius Randle. Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Atlanta, DeAndre Hunter. Spurs, so I'm just tired of this team. I'm just tired of them. Remove them from the NBA, send them to the Shanghai Sharks, whatever it's called. We have Keldon questionable. It doesn't really change much for me. Like, if Keldon's in, they're not going to play huge minutes. They're all priced about right. The value would be out of play for me. Like, Richardson would still be in play, but I probably wouldn't go to guys like Langford, McDermott, those guys. Yeah, if Keldon's out, you can consider Trey Jones, but he just doesn't have a ceiling. Like, he had 150 fantasy point game. I played him that day too. Where is it? It was this game. I played him this day. But other than that, he just like gets 30 fantasy points every game, and now he's 6.5K. You need 40 to 45 fantasy points at least when you're rostering guys 6.5K. So he's playable, but I just don't think the ceiling is there. I think Jakob Poeltl definitely has the higher ceiling between the two, but minutes have definitely been in question. They have been on an uptick of late, got into foul trouble here. I'd honestly prefer Poeltl to Trey Jones. Like, Sochan, I think, is appropriately priced even with Keldon out. Josh Richardson's been very, very good of late. I think he'd still be solid if Keldon's out. And then, like, you can consider Langford, you can consider Doug McDermott, but I don't think we need to go there on this slate. Let's go over Memphis. So, it's a phenomenal spot. We do have Bane back, but Josh ceiling should be like a million fantasy points in this matchup. Like, two teams that play incredibly fast. The Spurs play no defense. I don't think Ja's going to get any ownership tomorrow, like, if at all. So I really like Ja as a GPP play. And then everyone's priced up from when everyone is out. So everyone else is just a cross-off for me. So last two games here, guys. Favorite play from the Spurs. Man, Jakob Poeltl or Josh Richardson. If Keldon's out, Memphis is going to be Ja for me. that off, and let's go over Phoenix. So I don't know if Shamit and Ayton are going to be out today. Let's just go over the assumption that they're out. So, assuming that's the case, if you think this game stays close, then Bridges is going to look good. He had a massive game tonight. If the game stays close, like him, he's too cheap. Dwayne Washington, 4.6K, looks amazing again. He's still too cheap. Torrey Craig had a big game tonight. He would be solid. Damian Lee would like quite a bit at 3.7K. Gonna have to play big minutes. Both the bigs would look like good value plays. I do prefer Landale to Bismack Bambo, but they probably split the center minutes. Josh Okogie played over 20 minutes. He would be a playable value at the flat min price. Dario Saric basically had a triple double tonight. Don't expect that again, but would like him a lot. So I'm assuming all these guys are out. Um, a lot to like. If they're in, like if Ayton and Shamit are in, then like Ayton's fine, Bridges fine. Would still like Washington. Would still think like Damian Lee and Saric are playable. But the bigs I would be off of. So if you think this game stays close, I think Jokic looks like one of the best spin ups on the slate. He's going to absolutely abuse Dario Saric, Bismack Biyombo, Jock Landale. So love Jokic if you think the game stays close. Jamal Murray I think is fine. He'll probably get Mikal Bridges, so don't like the matchup there. And then I'm not going to go to anyone else. So this game looks very, very appealing. So I like Kevin Porter Jr. at 7.8K. Minutes have been on an uptick of late. You have two teams that are very fast paced. They don't play defense. I think this is a spot where Kevin Porter Jr. could just absolutely go ham. So, like Kevin Porter Jr., I like Jalen Green, but I prefer Kevin Porter Jr. Alfred Sengun's minutes have been on an uptick of late. So, if we're going to continue to get over 30 minutes from Alfred Sengun at 6.3K, I like him quite a bit. Not going to go to anyone else, though, I don't think. Let's go to Sacramento. So, phenomenal spot. Love Sabonis for GPPs, like Fox for GPPs. I think Herter's interesting for GPPs. And then I think Keegan Murray is a playable value. So, hope this helped you guys out, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.